My story starts back in the early 1960s when I was probably 10, 11, 12 years old. And I'd gone to the beach with my family swimming. We'd been swimming for quite a while, having a really wonderful time, and a man walked up to my mother and said, "You know, you need to get your children out of the water. The pollution count is way too high for them to be in the water." And so that was really my memory of the lake for many, many years. We never went back that I recall.
Teresa's girlhood memory may sound strange to a child splashing through the clear blue waters of Lake Michigan now. But just 10 years ago, the water right off the shore in Racine, Wisconsin was so polluted, the beach was closed more than 2/3 of the summer. And on the days the waterfront was open, most parents chose not to bring their kids to the beach.
This was not an option. I never thought about bringing my kids down here to go swimming. If we came down here to walk, it was stinky. There were dead fish laying around. We just didn't swim here.
We would advise against swimming, and so then that becomes a matter of public perception where people think this is not a good place to be. We don't want to go there. I would never swim in the lake. The lake is dirty.
City stormwater runoff was the main culprit behind the dirty beach. And due to aging sanitary and sewer systems, high levels of fecal bacteria, like E. coli, often ended up near Lake Michigan's shore during periods of heavy rain. Racine, like many beachside towns, depends heavily on lakefront tourism to support the local economy. But with the beach closed 2/3 of the summer, most vacationers chose to go elsewhere. In 2000, the city decided it was time for a change and embarked on a decade-long initiative to clean up Racine's waterfront.
The desire to have it open and available crossed over multiple demographics. We had senior citizens, we had minorities, we had high school kids. They were all saying, you know, this is a great resource.
$750,000 was spent overhauling the city's stormwater system, which did succeed in drastically lowering bacteria levels. But Racine's biggest success was in educating the community about the great freshwater resource they had, hosting classes like the one Teresa took in 2008.
He started out with a picture of a beach full of people. And he said, "Where do you think this beach is?" Well, you know, I thought California, Florida, somewhere wonderful. And he said, "No, this is the Racine beach." I was amazed. I couldn't believe that there were that many people on the beach. And then he started telling us about the percentage of fresh water that was right here in the Great Lakes in terms of what was in the world. You know, these were things I never thought about.
Many in Racine felt the same way as Teresa. And when local environmental groups called on the community to help keep the beaches clean, the volunteers turned up in droves, planting wetland habitats, implementing new beach grooming techniques, building sand dunes to help control erosion, and even testing water quality using a state-of-the-art rapid response system.
Taking care of this beach is everyone's responsibility. The city Parks Department is responsible for maintenance of the actual park. Public Works is responsible for any infrastructure like the stormwater. But the citizens are all responsible for this beach too. It's their beach, you know, it's a municipal park.
And all the hard work is starting to pay off. With less than 3% beach closure days last year, and a boon to the local tourist economy, Racine can now be proud of the freshwater resource right in its backyard.
For me, I always say that the beach is a reflection of our quality of life. And I always paint the picture that if you come down to the beach, you'll either see a beach that has a sign that says, "Sorry, the beach is closed, can't swim," or you come down to a beach, it's got signs that say, "Please come swim here, this is clean and it's healthy." It's got dunes that have wildlife, and there's people swimming in the beach. And right away, that dictates to you sort of the first impression for your community. So to me, it's an economic issue, it's a quality of life issue, and that all becomes part of the communal culture.
And Teresa? She's busy making new summer memories with her grandkids on the beach.
The day I brought my grandchildren, there were families all over the place. The kids were digging the sand, they were playing in the water, they were sunbathing. It's a good place to come to kind of get away from the rush of daily life.